on a second. We got the inkling to start up this live stream real quick. I noticed a little bit of price action, and I wanted to cover it. So this is going to be a first for all of us to look at. Let me boot up the Magic Eden, take a look at some ducks real quick, and see what is going on. And we'll talk about a little bit of a pre-alpha on, what the Duckiante is going on over here. So appreciate your patience. We're going to swap this QR code because I'm going to have to update it. We've got Adopt a Duck. The last price was 0.116 SOL. We got that on the bottom. We got the duck up in the top. Okay, cool. So let's share this screen and let's take a look at the Magic Eden's share. All right. See, when I do this, it covers my face up, and I'm not a big fan of that. So we're just going to do contain. We could do Showtime. No, then it makes it too small. Doesn't make sense. We're just going to do contain. All right. And I don't really need an introduction. So we're going to, excuse me, make it air. Takes up less space. All right. Cool. Now it's not covering up the screen and stuff. Whew. Oh, itchy, itchy. This time of year, it dries my skin out. It's so dry and cold out. It dries my skin out. I kind of hate it. But yeah, all right, let's take a look at Magic Eden. Let's look up the ducks. Let's see. Decent. Oh, it actually went down a little bit. What a shame. No, it went up. It stayed the same. Okay. So the ducks, is anything moving? Activity. It looks like, okay, so we had 2 ducks sale. So we had this wizard right here, 395, sold for 0.5 Chalana. And then we had this naked wizard sell for 0.45 Chalana. So 1 soul and 2 wizards. I dig it. That's why the price action here on the live stream says 0.116 and then 1 soul crossed out. Yes, our floor is kind of low, but go look at some traits, and there are things selling above floor price, meaning we're just going to keep sweeping ducks ourselves too because, I love collecting ducks. The price on this one went down a little bit. If somebody buys this duck, I'm going to be super surprised. This thing's been passed around more than a joint and a smoke sesh. I love that duck though, but it has definitely been passed around, and I'm all for it. Like if you guys want to buy ducks and then you want to list them higher, I mean, make your profit. Like I started the sanctuary literally by flipping birds, like taking birds and flipping the birds, because you have to have like a certain ratio. And when it came to ducks, we kept all the ducks. I haven't sold a single duck. We have rehomed a few ducks to people that have, reached out and said, hey, they'd like to start a flock. And I'm like, all right, cool. We can start a little flock. But like with chickens and stuff, we flip some roosters, we have some roosters hatch out. We have, 12 birds hatch out and, 10 of them are roosters. We can't keep 10 roosters in a flock. They'll fight each other and it won't be good. So we go and flip some roosters. But let's take a look at the chart, and then I might go and sweep some ducks live on stream. We'll see how this goes. Shout outs to you, the one viewer. I see you. I don't know who's watching on X, but I'll pay attention to that later. Anyways, we got some ducks here. We got some price action. We got some things going on. So let's boot up the old Magic Eden wallet. Never be sold again or seen again. They do their collection. Okay. And take person. Interesting. Okay, so apparently Magic Eden is now buying some ducks too, which I guess is bullish. Shout outs to Magic Eden. To my knowledge, if they buy something from your collection, they'll never sell it. So it locks it away. I mean, that's pretty bullish. If Magic Eden is watching this, shout outs to you for buying some ducks. Your funds will go back into buying, more ducks. So let's load up Magic Eden. Let's see what is going on over here. And let's see if we can add some more ducks to the mix. Dope. So we got some royalties off of those 2 purchases. Thank you guys. I got a target number in mind. Let's get a duck. What duck do we want to get? That duck's listed at 251. My favorite number, if you're watching, is 251. It's a number that'll never leave my head. Okay, so we've got, ooh, should I do it? Should I really do it to y'all? I don't know. I'm kind of getting the inkling to buy this crown duck off the floor. I've already got a crown duck. I bought the last crown duck off the floor, so I don't want to be too what do you call it? Too yeah, I'll leave that crown duck. We're gonna buy this ugly duck right here. It's at the 0.1164. We'll buy it. All right, cool. Successfully purchased. So now if you refresh this page, that duck is no longer on the floor. Cool. And then we can bump the price up. So this collection right here, this mass sell-off, it just went from 0.116 to 0.122. And then that actually replaced this camo jacket, ugly duck with a green hat. I just bought an ugly duck and it didn't have a green hat. And this one is, you're telling me, a little bit cheaper? Okay, so that's cool. I'll take that. We just bought a duck live on X and on Twitch and on YouTube or wherever you're watching this from. So cool. And so we've got another duck added to the sanctuary. Dope. So we're up to 16 ducks. We did hit a milestone. I think I swept like 22, 23 ducks with royalties. And then I had taken those and donated those to the card packs, along with a lot of the personal ducks that I had minted that had never seen the floor. So we put a lot of really cool ducks out there in the card packs for Christmas. It was a 1 in 6 chance to get a duck, and then any of the cards that you ripped open that didn't have ducks in them, you were rewarded with bonk. And we had an inside hack or something go on to where basically somebody was able to buy one card pack and sweep all of the card packs with the purchase of just one. I don't understand that. Make that make sense. But they took all those 50 ducks that I'd put up in those card packs. We had a couple of ducks go out to members in the community. I think we got like 10 or 11 out to the community, and then whatever was left, that was when we had that like hack breach thing, and that person went and completely tanked the chart. You can't even see it on here, but it was right around this point. We were right around here. It went up to the 0.266. That's when we had launched the card packs. And then for like a brief moment, the floor tanked to like 0.025, like something stupid cheap. And I didn't even get to see it because I was sleeping when it happened. I woke up the next morning and they were like, we had a breach and blah, blah, blah. And somebody stole all these ducks and listed them at the floor. And then like immediately when I woke up, like I was like, really? Because the freaking community saw a fire sale happen. And, we're sad to say that that dude profited off of not only taking all those ducks, flooring them and making all that Solana off of it, but like having a fire sale of like 0.02, 0.03, which is lower than the original mint price. We minted out for 0.05. And at the time that was like, I don't know, like $5-10. I don't remember the price. That was months ago now. But wherever Solana was at when it was a lot lower. So a lot of members in the community got to pick up, special ducks for like a really cheap price that, I wanted to go in a positive light, make it fun for the community. And, however, regardless of the way that it worked out, I mean, people were still able to get their ducks way cheaper. We're sitting at a lower price right now. And that's just the state of crypto at this point. 0.118. So we can update this a little bit. How do I change it? QR and then go down to adopt a duck and we'll edit it. 0.118 is now the lowest price. We can save. Boink. A new duck sale just popped up. Let's go. So with this, I think the term is Genesis or whatever. This is our first collection. And this is going to be our OG collection. So people that are holding onto these OG ducks, I mean, expect the price to raise up over time as we grow our sanctuary, as we grow our presence, as we keep, doing things. And as, money comes in, like I love these ducks. I love the artwork on them. It's a very limited collection. It's under 1,000. And, to me, like these are assets for games that I had built. And, they're a logo. Like I'm going to get the duck tattooed on me because if you can't tell, I like ducks. So we got ducks and duck shit, and we got duck snow globes, and we got, duck figurines and duck shoes and duck birthday cards, and we got duck, ducks everywhere. I got a bottle of wine that has a duck on it, and I thought, that I got to buy that just because there's a duck on it. So I bought a bottle of wine that had a duck on it. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, let's. All right, so we updated this. It went up by just a tad bit. We might do a little bit of duck sales today. I mean, if you're watching this, Humble, I hope you're not upset, but we're gonna be picking up some ducks too. But I want to use this as an opportunity to also talk about. I guess I could empty this out because I'm not using this for anything. So I'm just gonna send this to this. Hit next, max it out, send it, confirm. Hopefully there's enough for the gas fees. Okay, it went through, so there is gas fees. Holy cow, Solana went down. Wow. Solana went down. We're going to take a look at the crypto markets too, because I try not to look at prices. I could care less what the price is, but I know it does impact a lot of what we're doing. All right, cool. So we can go then sweep another duck. Oh, chill out, puppy. That dog's a yapper. It just yaps all the time. That's all it does. Love it, but yapper. All right, so we've got a little bit more Solana in this wallet. Let's buy this duck because why not? It's on the floor. So we'll take this one. Right at $15. So my ducks right now are actually selling for right around market price, fair market value for real ducks. If you're in the market to buy real ducks, this is roughly the price that a real duck is going to cost you unless you get into like specific breeds. All right, update, boom. So we just swept 2 ducks up off the floor. All right, bye-bye. Cool beans, bye-bye. So I bought in 4 ducks in the last 2 days off the floor. So I'm trying to give people an opportunity to get their ducks. Wizards are the cheat code, not going to lie. Wizards are the cheat code. A lot of love on the Wizards. I've got a couple of Wizards, and I've given a couple of Wizards away to people that I know are just going to hold on to those things like the freaking Holy Grail, the Holy Duck Grail. Wizards, let's go check the price on a Wizard real quick. We've got 2 different kinds of Wizards. We've got the Apprentice Wizard, and we've got the Master Wizard. So right here, we're looking at a prime example of an Apprentice Wizard. It's got the Wizard garbs on. So we go, yep, Wizard. So if you want an Apprentice Wizard, the floor right now is sitting at 0.32, 0.535, which is, this is a rank of 2. I don't know the rarity on this one. And rarity is subject to change. Oh, this one's got a visor, so it does. So even though this is number 2 in the collection, it's a 579, which I don't know how accurate the ranking system on Magic Eden is. I've heard mixed results, mixed reviews. But then this one, I love this one. This is a buff duck. And because it has a feather, it's a female. The female buff ducks have an increased dexterity, and that is a permanent stat boost. If any of this stuff is not making sense to you, just go check out our website. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wizard garbs on the floor, and they're all under Solana except for this one. This one's just above. But this one's a 314. So this is a pie duck, and of course it is priced accurately. I mean, it's got the rainbow visor on. It's got a maroon beanie, which is also a 2%. The colorful visor is a 2%, and then the wizard garbs. So this is a pretty rare duck. It says 108. I would say that's probably accurate. Probably even a little bit higher, to be honest. But so we've got 5 wizard garbs. Those are the apprentice wizards. Those are ones that delve into, I'll explain the lore in a second. We'll just keep looking. Clothes. Nope, not clothes. We need hats. Wizard hat is sitting at 0.856. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wizards on the floor. The rest are locked away in whoever's wallets. And I know if you have a wizard duck, you're probably not going to sell it. I would love to encourage you to list your wizard duck at the fair value you think it is worth. I'm not here to say 5 Solana is going to be the wizard floor soon, but if you think the wizard floor is 0.85, then list your wizard at 0.85. I mean, seriously, if you think it's 1 soul, if you think it's fucking 0.2 soul, list it whatever you think it is. And the market will tell you if you're right or wrong. But we've got this one right here, and this one is pretty rare. It's just over $100, 0.85 Solana. If Solana tanks any cheaper, I'm expecting these ducks to start flying a lot quicker. especially if Solana gets down any cheaper. But we've got the blue laser eyes and then the wizard hat. Even though this is more of a rare trait, the blue laser goggles, it is a lower Solana price than the wizard hat. I'm telling you, the wizards, they got a cabal. It is the wizards against the world. So let's try and find what is the rarest duck. So right now the beige beanies actually, wizard cabal, come on. You're going to let the beige beanies beat you? Are you kidding me? I might just go start sweeping up these wizards. But the beige beanies, I've never really been a beanie wearer. I love the traits. Don't get me wrong. I have a couple of beanies. But I've never really been a beanie wearer. So if you're a beanie wearer, this might be a good opportunity to get your hands on one at 1 SOL because you jump up to 8.5 SOL. So this duck's been listed at $1,000 for a long time. If you look at the activity of it, it's been listed now for 3 months at this price. So, and it's only ever sold at a high price. I mean, this was one that was minted. Look at our mint price, 0.02. So we were at like a 0.02, a 0.05, depending on if you're whitelisted or not. And it immediately was listed and sold at $71, 0.5. And then from that 0.5 that it was sold, it was then, hold on, let me go. How do I scroll back? See, this is when the magic mouse comes in handy because I can just swipe. And I don't know how to do that on here. How do I go back? I'm just going to hit X and then open it back up. So this one right here, if you look at the activity on it, it was minted, it was listed, there was an offer put out, and then there was a buy. So we were like, okay, cool. And then from that buy, it was listed at 8 SOL. So that's a huge come up. That's like an 11x. I'm not good at math. Somebody's going to grill me for being bad at math. But a 0.5 to an 8 Solana price, and it has not moved since. That might be a trait. I think you could probably pick this up for a 1 SOL and whoosh, to 10 SOL. Because I don't know if any of these are gonna move. But I know as soon as I say stuff like this, somebody's gonna go out there just in spite to move the price. Which by all means, I could care less. All right, we got the cowboy hat that's sitting at a 0.5. There's only 2 cowboy hats listed. One has the laser eyes. This one is a naked cowboy. Naked ducks give no ducks. Let me say that again. Naked ducks give no ducks. So I don't consider a duck with a hat to not be naked. I know it has a trait, but like, let's be real. I can wear a hat and then go get naked, and I'm still considered naked even though I'm wearing a hat. So all of the naked ducks, even glasses too. If I wear a hat and glasses, I'm still naked. I don't have clothes. I don't have a shirt or any like sword on my back or anything cool like that. So, I mean, those are naked ducks, you know? There's only 2 of these listed, and the floor price is pretty solid, 0.5. So if somebody were to spend 1 Solana, sweep both of these up, they can immediately raise the floor price to whatever they want. That's how I look at NFTs. Holy cow, I can understand the backwards blue hat. There's only 1 listed, and it's at 1 Solana. The rest are not listed. Yo, this one looks dope. He's got the MLG shades. He's got the angel wings and the black chef jacket. This one, shout out to whoever owns this one. I don't know who owns this one, but this one looks cool. The blue hat with the blue background, that's a pretty cool combination. I love all the artwork on all these ducks. I know who owns this one. This one looks dope. It's got the laser eyes and the blue tuxedo. We'll go into the lore here in a minute. Holy cow, top hats. You can't even get a top hat if you tried. You're going to have to start going around threatening people to get a top hat. There is no top hats listed. What? I want a top hat now. Do I even have a top hat? I have to have a top hat. What? If I don't have a top hat, shame on me. I don't have a top hat in this. All right. Let's do I have a top hat? I might have a top hat. I don't know. If I do, that's dope. I've got 1 top hat. I've only got 1. Holy. Yeah, I'm kind of mad. I want a top hat now. If you got a top hat, list that mug. I want to buy it. I want a top hat. I only got 1. I had more than 1 top hat, but you know, I'd put 50 ducks out into these packs to give back to the community. So 50 ducks that I just, you know, I had and given away. So the community get their hands on something cool. A cowboy hat too? What? You can't even get a cowboy hat too? Jeez. You know, who's a duck got a quack to get one of those? The upside down bucket. There's only 1 listed, and this one's pretty dope. It's got a blue sword and black chef jacket. So this one's actually pretty rare, at rank 37, and it's the only one of its kind listed on the collection. We've got, the blue background, shots to the blue background. It's a gray duck. The gray duck is the ugly duck. The ugly duck to me is my favorite duck in the collection. We'll get into the lore here in a second. I know I keep edging you guys. But it's got a blue sword, black chef, and an upside down bucket hat. And that's like not just a bucket hat. Like I have a bucket hat. No, that's like a legit like bucket, because we carry buckets of water. I know in the crypto world they say chop wood, carry water. Well, we literally chop wood and carry water out here. So I thought we need to put a bucket on this duck. Fan favorite. And as in fan, I'm that fan. I'm a fan favorite. Let's go. But yeah, only one of these are listed. Do I have a bucket hat? I know I had. See, I had all of these ducks, and we gave them all away. So now I got to go through and buy all of these ducks back over. Get excited. I'm trying to give you guys an opportunity to get your hands on some ducks, because if I get them ducks, like hell, I'll own all my own ducks. Why not? The maroon beanies. Maroon beanies are steady coming. There's only 3 listed. This one at 0.47. This is going to be a good one to have. This is definitely going to shoot up. It's a pretty rare one, 138. The green background. Green is the color of grass. Go touch some grass. Or if you don't touch grass, green is the color of money. Go touch some money. And then we've got a green duck on a green background. So both, boom, boom. And then the black chef, maroon beanie, and blue glasses. I'm a big fan of these blue glasses, to be honest. I know a lot of people love the visors, but I'm a big fan of the blue glasses. Those remind me of those like little, fucking little blue blocker shades that, that people be wearing in the club back in the 90s. Yeah, these ducks right here, pretty low, relatively low floor price on these ducks, all under half a Solana. I think if you were just in the market to stack ducks, these 4 ducks right here are definitely going to be the ones that you're going to want to just stack, because there's low listed on the floor. And then this one right here, if you're into collecting ducks, the one with the maroon beanie and the blue glasses, this one's a rarity. We just looked at this one. It's the rarity 138. This one is going to be a collector's piece in my eyes. Okay, so we've looked at, we've looked at, is there any comments? I don't know. I'm not paying attention to X. Purple hat. So the gray top hat is also another one that you're not going to be able to get. These little, they're the gray top hats. To me, that's a bowler hat. There's very little in the collection. Now, again, this is a collection that's under, 1,000. There's only 891. So it's very relatively small collection. Less than 10% of the supply is listed. And there's 184 owners. So either 86 people have 1 duck listed, or I don't know. I'm not doing the math on that. Math is not my strong suit. But yeah, you can't even get your hands on one of these. So good luck getting one of those. The backwards purple hat. I know a couple people that have a backwards purple hat, and these are very convicted holders. They're bullish on what the duck's been doing, Web 2, Web 3. Good luck getting one of these. I know I had like 1 or 2 of these, and I'd given them away. Look at this evil duck, 666. Oh boy, that's an evil duck. In the rarity rank, make that make sense. The rarity's 574, yet it's pink in 0.1%. I don't understand how the listings go with this, but backwards purple hat, it says listed at 0 SOL, but because none of them are listed, that's a clean duck right there. Purple hat, purple background, and a gold duck. That could go either way. It could be a boy or a girl. The buff ducks and they're pretty cool. The chef hat, yeah, good luck getting a chef hat. Unless you want to drop 12 SOL. We've got this one listed just over $1,000. So your only entry price into getting a chef hat. And it's been pretty consistent this way. I know the people that have chef hats, they be cooking in the kitchen. And they're not letting their chef hats go, especially these 3 right here. Whoever owns one of these 3, or if they own all 3 of them, these are like some of the rarest ducks in the entire collection. White chef garbs with the hat, and then they each have their own different, set of shades. Those are like 3 of the rarest in the collection. This one right here, whoever owns this one, shout outs to you, because this is actually in the game that we had developed. I didn't put all of the ducks in the game that we played on the live stream the other night. I only put like a select few ducks, and those were ducks that I had owned previously. So this duck right here, it looks like this one was ripped from a card pack. So this one went to somebody, I don't know who, but it's rank 6. It's rank 69. Nice. Rank 69, but it's got the robes on, The blue glasses, the chef hat, orange background, black duck. Black ducks are the runner ducks. Shout outs to Jordy. If you know, you know. And it's a rank 69. So you're probably never going to see that one again. I can't even believe I put that one in a card pack because, you know, I'm a child at heart. So I would have definitely held on to the rank 69. But when the offer came to do some card packs for the community and I thought it was Christmas time, you know, it's the holiday season. Why not? Let's give back to the community because giving is always better than taking. Giving is better than receiving, as they say, for Christmas. So I try to give as much value and as many things as I can to as many people as I can because we're going to make the world better one duck at a time. But anyways, this duck right here, this is a pretty lit duck. It's got the pixel hat right here. This is our take on the Southern Belle. If you know anything or if you watch any of those old school movies, they always did those like Southern beauty pageants and they had those big poofy hats with like the bow on them. So basically these are all female ducks. In my eyes, they're all female ducks. Unless you want to say, no, I'm a dude and I wear that poofy hat. Hey, by all means, more power to you. I'm all for it. I'm all about whatever you do you, I do me, however it works. Pixie Layer 35. This is a pretty rare one. There's really only, 11 in the collection. It's at a 0.642. I think that's very undervalued, especially for only being 11 in the collection. This one's not going to be flipped too often. This is going to be a convicted kind of play right here. Like if you want a piece of something that's very limited, I think this might be actually the rarest trait in the collection, if I'm not wrong yet. Because when you open up the hats, believe it or not, the Wizard is the least rare hat in the collection. That's kind of crazy how it's the least rare, but it's got a pretty steady floor price. If there are any traits that you want to dive into, you know, let me know. We're going to go look at the lore here very soon. There's lore on all of these birds, but the trait counts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 traits, 6 traits, 5, 6, 4, 7, 1. Makes sense. Okay, cool. Backgrounds. What's our favorite background color? Right now, the rarest background color per floor price is purple, which makes sense. I was rocking a purple background throughout the Christmas season because, you know, purple. I like the color purple. It's my favorite color. If you didn't know, now you know. My second favorite color is green. My third favorite color is blue. Yeah, so purple, green, blue. Those are my 3 favorite colors. I like red, yellow, and orange. I'm rocking a red PFP right now. But I rock all the different ducks. If I find a duck off the floor and I really like it and it stands out to me, I'll cycle it through my PFP. Because I don't really care to keep the same duck as a PFP. To me, it's like, nah, I'm going to show all the ducks off because they're all beautiful. Backpacks, there's only 5 backpack traits. And the red sword is looking to lead the charge. We got red sword, blue sword, and then it goes wings, baby duck backpack, and then green sword. Why are y'all hating on the green sword? What's wrong with the green sword? Let's go look at the green swords. It looks like the green sword is that Wizard. Okay. I might go buy that one just to rocket the green sword up to 1 soul. I might go buy this one. I just bought 2 ducks from royalties. So thank you guys for the royalties. So they just go right back into buying more ducks. Wings. We've only got 2 wings listed. One at 0.5, one at 1 Solana. And these 3 are Wizards. Let's go. I really like this one right here. Whoever has this one, I'll send you an offer. I'd buy that one. This one's a black duck with the angel wings and a wizard. Whew. I dig it. I dig it. This one, again, this one keeps standing out to me. I don't know who has this one, but this one's dope. It's got the MLG shades, which I'm rocking right now in my PFP. I've rocked the MLG shades, I think, twice now in PFPs. My first duck was a naked mallard. Not my first duck. My first duck was the collection PFP. That was my PFP for a little bit. And then I thought, you know what? This isn't even actually on chain. There is a duck like it, but that's the OG artwork for the collection. So it's not even on chain. So I thought that is going to be our icon. That is going to be our logo. And it is going to be timeless because it's so freaking free as a bird that it's not even on the blockchain. It broke free. Let's take a look at red swords real quick. We got a 0.8. So we've got 3 red swords listed. One's at 0.8, a naked mallard. That was a mint. So whoever got this one, yeah, look at that. Look at that. They minted this for $1, listed it at 0.29, and then took that listing down and relisted it at 0.748. that is bullish in my eyes. If you're going to delist to relist at a higher price and you're going to hold steady for 3 months, that's pretty bullish in my eyes. Literally $1. This dollar is turning into $100. That's 100x on a freaking NFT. If you just have time and patience, anything's possible, especially if Solana tanks. If Solana goes to fucking $1, guess what? None of these ducks are going to be, all these ducks are going to get purchased up if Solana goes down. So yeah, that's crazy. For the red sword, it jumps from 0.8 to 8 Solana. So that's a 10x right there. And then it goes up another 2 Solana. So this guy's listing it over $1,000. And for good meaning, look at it. It's a runner duck with a purple background, a red sword, and a blue tuxedo. And if you don't understand the significance of a blue tuxedo, we'll get into it. Just hold your horses. We'll get into it soon. But that is a good duck right there. Holy cow. Whoever owns this one is going to be invited to the Met Gala, I guarantee you. All right, let's go through it. We've got green sword baby duck backpacks. This is my second favorite trait in the collection. Why? Because baby duck changed my life. Baby duck can change yours too, potentially. Just get you some ducks. 0.375 to 0.5. This one's pretty dope. This one's pretty dope. The lore on this one alone, it justifies the price. Honestly, I think it's still undervalued. Just with the lore alone, it's undervalued. And then we got one soul here. That makes sense. He's got the crown. If you duck with the crown DAO, then you ain't cheap. I can tell you that for a fact. Blue sword. We already looked at the blue sword. We looked at the green sword. We looked at the wings. Did we look at the wings? I don't know. Let's look at the wings. Yeah, only two listed. Wow. Yeah, we looked at the wings. Okay, cool. Those are the backpacks and the traits. Let's look at the bodies real quick. So we've got the Pekin duck, the ugly duck. We've got the mallard. We've got the buff, and we've got the runner. The white duck is the Pekin. It gives you a permanent stat boost of defense. So you'll always have high defense. And quite a few of these are listed on the floor. I mean, we are just looking at feathers, and every duck has feathers. So it would make sense that a lot of these are going to be listed. But with the Pekin ducks are the most common. So it makes sense that they're 261 out of 891 are Pekin ducks. That makes sense. Because Pekin ducks are the big white ducks that you see. Whenever you see like a big white duck and you're like, oh, that's a duck, or like, here's something that you probably don't know. If you eat ducks, there's a high chance that this is the duck you're eating, because these are big, fat white birds. They grow very quickly. They develop and grow to become fully feathered out the quickest out of any other ducks. The only other duck that rivals this would be the Muscovy, and Muscovies are kind of a cousin of the geese. So they're technically ducks, but they're like a mixed breed of ducks. And those are the other ducks that people be eating when it comes to like restaurants and stuff like that. It's just they grow the quickest. They're the easiest to manage. They're the biggest, fattest birds. So like they give you the most meat per food that you're going to, food and shelter you're going to tie into it. So these are sustainable, and you get a permanent defense boost because in the wild, these ducks, they don't really survive because they can't fly. They're fat, they're slow, but their plumage is very thick. So when it comes to like bird on bird action, these birds, they're the boss. They're the biggest. They're the tanks of the sanctuary. So we've got this one's really nice right here. This one's at a good price, 0.214. That's a good price for this duck, especially with the red robes. Let's take a look at the ugly duck. The ugly duck, ooh, 3 of these are listed at the same price. This one's pretty cool. It's very basic. I'm gonna be real. If you're looking at what to buy and you had these 3 as an option, the crown duck, the cowboy duck, and then a good tier, I would buy these 2 to keep and then this one to flip. That's what I would do, but I'm not you, so you do you. Green ducks, we've got what's on the floor. Black tucks, another cowboy, and another naked. So basically the gray and the green ducks, very similar across the board, all at the same price. Very similar. You get your hands on 2 cowboys, which if you want to start your own cowboy DAO, go for it. It's only a 3%er in the collection. I think the cowboys are dope because, we're reckless and lawless out here. We got a camo jacket. Why would I hide it? There's nothing to hide. Yeah, not too many. Oh, that's a big jump. A gold duck is a big jump. Holy cow. There's only one listed at 0.1 comparatively to the other to the other traits where they have multiples listed at 0.1. The gold duck, that might be the move. 0.1, and then you could go to 0.5. That would overthrow the black runner duck here. So you could be the meta if you were collecting gold ducks. Gold ducks, they're kind of unique. Gold ducks, IRL, they're based off of the buff Opportunities that we have. And something about the buff Opportunities, the females, the hens, they lay like some of the most amount of eggs out of any duck species. They've got the khaki Campbells, which khaki Campbells kind of overlay with the green duck. The green duck's the mallard. So in terms of like birds or in terms of duck lineage, mallards, all ducks are derived from the mallard gene pool. So they're like they got an overall, they're the overall like ancestor of the ducks, is the green duck, which khaki Campbells come from, and they lay a lot of eggs. They were they were bred specifically to be high producers in like the egg market. So if people are farming duck eggs, a lot of times if they have big farms, they either do like mallards or they reach out into the khaki Campbells or the buff Opportunities. The buff Opportunities and the khaki Campbells are easier to domesticate because neither of those breeds of ducks actually fly. They can jump and they can float, but they can't pick up and fly into the sky. The mallard duck is so small and tiny that they can fly, making it harder to keep captive for farming purposes. So if you didn't know, now you know. But the gold duck is the move. I've got one gold duck. I don't have many gold ducks, actually. Holy cow. I've got a lot of ugly ducks. I've got a couple of black ducks. I don't have a whole lot of gold ducks. I mean, I had a bunch of ducks, and then we gave them away. But anyways, we're up to 17 sweeps. Since Christmas, I emptied our wallets of ducks. I held on to like a handful of ducks. I think I kept like 12. I had like 70 or almost 80 ducks at one point, and we gave most of them up to the community as like a Christmas thank you, for support. But let's go back to the black ducks now. Let's go to the black ducks now. These are based off the runner ducks. I have a runner duck named Jordy. She is all black, and then she has that white spot. She's got a couple more white spots on her than what the artwork shows, but that's the inspiration behind this feathered duck right here, the black one. This is undervalued. I'm just going to straight up say it. This is undervalued. This is easy one, like easy. I would say right now 0.5. But this is going to push one soul, especially with this flower on the head right here. If you've noticed, there are two different flowers that you put on their head. They both have different meanings. So this one right here, I'm big bullish on that flower right there. That flower right on the top of the head, I'm big bullish on that one. But 0.2, that's undervalued for sure. This could easily move up to like right up here. I would even place this on the other side of this Luffy hat here because it has the base shirt. It's the black duck, which is inherently going to be more rare right now. And then that flower trait, it's 4%er, but it's the flower. And then you see what it says with dirt. Yeah. There's only 2 of those listed. This one is easy 5 soul. I'm not just saying that. Like I've learned the NFT market to some extent at this point, and I easily think this one's going to be hitting a 5/4 soul because look at it. It's blue on blue hoodie. It's got the color visor, the baby duck backpack, and it's got the flower with dirt. Emphasis on the with dirt. Love it. Anyways, let's look at the body. We already looked at the bodies. Clothes. Blue hoodie. Let's take a look at the blues real quick. That's a nice little increase. So we've got the Luffy hat or the straw hat, 0.2, and then it jumps to 0.3. Make that make sense. Why is this on the floor? Like, honestly, that doesn't make any sense. I would think these would be switched because this one has the blue on blue with the straw hat. This one's the mallard. They're both mallards, but this one's got the blue on yellow, which does contrast a little bit more. So as a PFP, that does make sense to list it a little bit higher because it just makes your profile pop. But the blue on blue with the straw hat, I think this one could definitely be moved up above this duck right here. No hate on this duck right here, but this one is very very basic in terms of like other ducks. Like, you know, this one's not listed. This one's not listed. This one's not listed. I really like this duck, actually. The blue and the red with the ugly duck. That's a good contrast. Whoever has that one, shout out to you. That's a good duck. And then these two, obviously, you know, flower, flower, very similar ducks. They got different eyes. But yeah, this one right here is definitely undervalued, especially with the straw hat. Straw hat is, it's a 2%er. 2%er. Okay, so let's look at the green hoodies now. If your favorite color is green. That's a beautiful duck. This one is the flower without dirt. So this is just the flower. So one flower is growing. The other flower has been plucked and placed in the ear, which, if you don't know, is a fashion statement. Go put some flowers in your ears. It's a 101. Not the duck itself. It's not a 101, but the flower in your ear. I think that's a 101 in terms of, you know, aesthetics. There's only 3 of these listed, though. You know, we've got this one right here at 0.2. This one's at 0.2 as well. And then this one's at 0.5. So basically, if you're looking to get into a green hoodie, this is a 2-for-1 deal in my eyes. Because if you buy both of these, you're still under what this one is listed. And this would make this one the only one listed out of the trait. So you could buy both of these and list them double what this one is. Boom, boom. To where you could buy it for 0.2 and list it at 1 soul. And then just have some patience. Just have some patience. Beige shirt, big bullish on the beige shirt. I used to have to wear these all the time. You know, I was in sales, so if I wasn't wearing a suit, I would be wearing, you know, like a collared shirt. Don't wear collar shirts anymore. I don't even know if I have any in my wardrobe anymore. Half my clothes that I had have disappeared. So, yeah, there's only 4 listed right here. That makes sense. That's got the green sword, the beige shirt. That one looks nice. I like that. It's clean. This one right here, the black duck. Yeah, if you're looking to get your hands on black ducks, the beige shirts may be the way to go. They're both relatively priced at the floor for the feather collection. And then this one right here, I definitely like this duck. This one I may actually go pick up. There's a couple of ducks here that I might just go pick up. Okay, so this one is the floor, so 0.122. We can go through and update this one more time. 0.122. So we had raised 0.122 SOL. Save. If you're watching in the comment section, this QR code, I know making the QR code is kind of hard to scan because most of us probably aren't watching this on our TV. We're watching this through our phone. Or if we're not watching this through our phone, maybe on our computer. I think I'm looking at the class. Okay, cool. I could reformat it. If you're watching this on your phone, I don't know if it's showing up like this. You just got to turn your phone sideways. I can move it to make it like look better vertically, but you know, if there's a will, there's a way, I tell you. Let's look at the black tux. The black tux, this one is on the floor. 0.2, and then jumps to 1 soul and then 8 soul. So pretty big. Wizard guards, we looked at those in the beginning. Camo jacket, there's only 4 listed. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've basically just looked through all of the traits. I am drinking tea, so momentarily, give me 1 second. I am going to run to the restroom. We'll throw on a little bit of music. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick, though, and we're going to get back to looking at the ducks, and I'll read the best score on the ducks as well. Every one of these ducks comes to whoa. Not only have I made a French press of my espresso this morning, I followed it up by making some black tea with honey. If you didn't know, black tea has some of the highest caffeine content out of all the teas. And I was feeling pretty groggy this morning. So I needed some caffeine. I needed to wake me up. It took me, how many hours to host a live stream. Also, I don't know. We're gonna be locked inside for like the next week or two. We're expected to get a whole bunch of snow, and our location, you cannot move with the snow. It's just not possible. All right. You guys enjoying the music? Should I keep the music rolling, or should I cut the music while I'm here talking? Let's pull this up. Let's get some feedback live real quick and see what it looks like. Oh man, I'm starting to get allergic to these animals. If you're not getting your ducks in order now, then you maybe never have your ducks in order. Repost. I love it. Whoops, are you running these regularly? I can add it to my master schedule and try to make it. Not consistent. I don't know what this means, but I'm happy with it. Yeah, we gonna repost it, y'all. Check my chats. Yo. Oh. I'm getting I don't think I'm getting allergic to animals, but this time of the year and all the dust in the air from the animals, I'm starting to feel stuffy. Jeez. Oh, I blow my nose live on stream. Get excited. Yep, we do shit real around here. I don't have an image to uphold. I could care less. All I know is that the ducks are quacking and they're happy, and as long as we can make the ducks happy, then I'm happy. So, Quack, if you're watching this, if you'd like to hop up on stage, I'd love to showcase your project as well and go through Quack's NFT project. A fellow duck, big supporter, ducks, love other ducks. Let's go. So if you ever want to hop up in here, join the Discord and you can pop on stage. You don't have to ask my permission. I could care less. If you want to pop in here, we'll pop you in here. But let's take a look. Let's go back to killing the music real quick, because I don't know if that drowns out my audio or not. It is a good placeholder. So let's go take a look. What was I going to look at? Oh, yeah. We're going to go to the website, justduckit.org. Let me change the keyboard. I use this keyboard on both computers. So I got to plug or unplug. It does work Bluetooth-wise. Like I could unplug it and it'll still work. But it auto sets to this one because this is Mac and this is not Mac. So I have to plug this in to this in order to make it work over here. So justduckit.org. It's the website in the ticker down below. We're just going to navigate. I'll show you guys how to go see the lore real quick. So we'll switch the screen sharing to justduckit.org. It's our website here. It was created by yours truly. If you scroll down on our website, there is the Sanctuary Reimagined, right? We merge Web 2 and Web 3 to expand our sanctuary's reach and cultivate an environment of growth, transparency, and security for our feathered friends, aka anybody that holds a duck, aka any IRL ducks out there in the world. So right here, grab your duck, brings you to our Magic Eden marketplace, and then Ducklopedia right underneath it. You can explore the lore. You see what I did there? Explore the lore, kind of rhymes. So we'll click on that. We'll start sharing this tab. Can you guys see it? Okay, cool. So you got the media page pulled up. So at home, a living collection of lore from the Decent Ducks Sanctuary. Every duck has a story told through its traits. What does your duck say about you? Join our flock in Discord and share what traits your duck has and what it says about them. So right here, you can join our Discord. Feathers is the first trait. So I have the name, white, black, gold, gray, green, and then its respected IRL counterpart. So we'll give you guys a little bit of lore on our duck traits. So white, pekin. These ducks are the paladins of the sanctuary. Their dense plumage acts as a natural armor, granting them a significant defense buff. They are the masters of arbitration magic. I never claimed to be a scholar. I don't know how to read. Um, but magic, creating shimmering wards to shield their allies from harm in the great LARP battles. What does LARP stand for? Live action role playing. Yes, we are basically Comic-Con of the modern age if you were watching this. So I tied this trait, the defense buff, because I already explained to you they are the paladins of the actual sanctuary. They're the big beefy ducks and they pick fights with everybody else. They don't try to pick fights, but they usually win them because they're unaffected by the other ducks because the other ducks are inherently smaller. However, all the other ducks, they have a special trait attached to them, not just on Web3 and in LARP, but this is based on real life case studies of me having ducks for 3 years and taking care of them and learning and reading books and meeting other duck people and stuff. So the black duck, aka the runner duck, aka Jordy. We love you, Jordy. Born of shadow and swiftness, the runner ducks are the rogues of the flock. Their connection to the wind itself grants them a permanent agility boost. Tasked with scouting ethereal planes, their blinding speed is their greatest spell, allowing them to dodge most attacks, which is true. It's so funny because Jordy, she's faster than all the other ducks. Like, no duck is catching her. Seriously, when they do their like little duck chases and they chase each other, Jordy just she flies away and like you can't catch her. Good luck. And I've seen other ducks try to like when ducks they're dinosaurs, right? And when they get angry, they shake their heads. Like if you ever see a duck just like shaking their head, it's because they're mad at something and they're about to peck something. It's hilarious. But Jordy, she outruns them all. Nobody ever messes with Jordy because she's so fast. And then we've got the gold buff duck. This is the one that I said the hens lay a lot of eggs. We've gotten most of our eggs from our buff ducks, and all of the eggs that you guys have probably seen me on like TikTok or Facebook Eat or whatnot. Those are coming from our buff ducks because they just lay the biggest, most amount of eggs out of all the other birds. So the buff duck isn't infused with alchemy. Golden ducks are the masters of transmutation. Sorry. Males channel magic into might, granting a powerful strength buff, which, yes, Joey, our OG buff duck, is like the freaking front line of attack. Like nobody messes with Joey. If Joey gets into a pool, the other ducks don't go to that pool. If Joey wants a pool, he just gets in there and fucking takes it. Joey's the alpha duck. So it would make sense that gold buff ducks, they master the attack. Females revered for their proflic. I don't know how to spell. You can read that, right? Somebody read that word for me because prolific. You ever seen Big Daddy when he's sitting there and he's trying to like teach the guy how to read? That's basically me. Okay, Hip Hop Anonymous, I see you. Revered for their prolific creation magic, channeling energy into nimbleness, bestowing a legendary dexterity buff. Yes. And then we've got my favorite out of the bunch. Yes, my favorite, because this is based on Jasmine, ugly duck. Okay. Everybody thought she was a goose. And they were like, this is the ugly duck story. You think that's a duck, but it's really a goose. And I'm like, you're an idiot. I know it's a duck. But all right, I'm not going to argue because it's a waste of my time to argue with people. Yeah, you're right. She's a goose. Ugly ducks are innate sorcerers. Their gray feathers buying a deep well of wild magic. Their mastery over divination attunes them to the flow of fate, manifesting as an uncanny luck buff. That influences critical hits and the discovery of rare artifacts. So if you don't know, now you know. That's why I love the gray ducks. I feel like Jasmine coming into my life as an ugly duck, and she was gray and brown and black and white, and she was so beautiful to me. Everybody thought she was so ugly, and I thought she's the cutest duck. She really is. Jasmine has a little sister, and Jasmine's little sister is like the other than Baby Duck, because Baby Duck I got as a baby as well, and she follows me around, even going out there and feeding, cleaning the pools or feeding the birds. Like she just comes up to me. She doesn't like being touched. Most ducks don't really like being touched. Birds are weird about that kind of thing. They don't really, they like to stay in control. So if you go to pick a duck up or pick a bird up or something, they're like, they hate it because they're like, ah. But ugly duck, yes, they are the luckiest ducks of them all. They are. On the website, if you go to justduckit.org and you go find Jasmine, Jasmine's a spitting image of this duck right here, and it literally says the lucky duck. And then we have the green ducks, the mallards. All ducks are derived from mallards. So as the ancestral duck from which all others are derived, lore accurate, real life accurate, not just made up. Mallards possess a harmonious balance of all magical disciplines. This heritage results in excellent all-around stats, making them the most versatile and adaptable warriors in the sanctuary LARP battles. Straight up, I've got a bunch of different ducks that look like mallards. Most people, the untrained eye, would just say that is a mallard. They're not. I've got, different ducks. They're all derived from mallards. They all kind of look like mallards, but they're not mallards. But you can see they're the ancestral ducks. Now let's get to the attire. We've got all the lore on the attire. The blue hoodie, a symbol of the casual coder and the late night strategists. Ducks wearing these are often found in the tech guilds, building the very infrastructure the sanctuary runs on. They value comfort and function over flash. I know I'm wearing a black hoodie, but I got the blue scarf. Yeah, so you would say that I am a. Ooh, this scarf smells so good. It just got out of the washer and it smells so good. Oof. But yes, the blue hoodie. I value comfort and function over flash. It's nice to look flashy, but usually the ones that look flashy aren't the ones doing shit. So just saying, no hate. I've looked flashy from time to time. Some would say that I look flashy and I don't even try to look flashy. I just woke up like this. Anyways, green hoodie, favored by the sanctuary's explorers and the environmentalists. I duck with the green hoodies because I'm an environmentalist at heart. These ducks have a special connection to the digital wilderness, skilled in resource gathering and navigating uncharted territories. They are the pioneers. If you are in Web3, consider yourself a pioneer. So green hoodies, definitely a Web3 favorite. Beige shirts, it's the mark of a diplomat or a merchant. The casual fancy attire signifies a duck skilled in negotiation and trade. So these are like the salesman ducks. These are the consultants. These are the sales. Big ups. I spent years of my life as a salesman, as an industry consultant. So these have a special place in my heart as well, because these are basically based off of me. But these broker deals between guilds and manage their community's treasury with a calm demeanor. Yes, black tux, reserved for the elite operatives and the members of the sanctuary's high council. This attire grants access to exclusive cocktail events where the most critical decisions about the ecosystem's futures are made. If you didn't know, now you know. If you have a black tux, that's your ticket. And then the blue tux, worn by the charismatic leaders and the event hosts. See how those two tux tie together? Yeah. If you own a blue tux, you are the bearer of the golden ticket. If you own a black tux, you can cash out your golden ticket to hang out with the blue tux. Makes sense, right? While also granting access to high-level events, these ducks are the socialites responsible for morale, organizing gatherings, and onboarding new members. So if you have a blue tux, you hold a special part in the growth of our sanctuary. The apprentice wizards. These ducks are students of the arcane digital arts. They are learning to manipulate smart contracts and harness the power of the blockchain. Their potential is immense, but their spells can sometimes go amusingly wrong. If you have an apprentice wizard, I'm sure you can think of a time to where you had done some really cool shit and it just miraculously went wrong. And I can relate to that. I have a couple of these. Yes, I've done some things and they have went wrong, but we move forward. Camo jackets. Shout outs to my partner. My partner's favorite color is camo. So this was specifically made for him. The uniform of the sanctuary's rangers. These ducks are masters of stealth and survival, tasked with protecting the digital borders from bots and malicious actors. If you got a camo jacket, shout outs to you. They are the constant reminder to stay grounded and go touch grass. I touch grass daily. Daily. Go touch grass. If you have the opportunity to go touch grass, go do it. Just go do it. It will make you a better you. Guaranteed. Apprentice chef, learners in the art of cooking. I'm sure that's slang. Yeah, slang for creating new valuable digital assessments and memes. If you're cooking, this one's for you. They experiment with different ingredients, traits, ideas to discover the next big thing for the community. And then we move into the head chef. Now, this is also lore accurate to my understanding. The black is the apprentice and the white is the head chef, because the white ones, they pride themselves in not getting messy because they're masters of the kitchen. A title of immense respect. Anybody that has a white chef outfit, respect. These chefs are master creators who have proven their ability to cook consistently. They lead creative guilds, and when they announce a new project, the entire sanctuary listens. I'm getting chills thinking about that because I know who the head chefs are in our kitchen, and yes, facts. Damn, my allergies are getting to me right now. They're getting to me. I think it's because it's cold out, so all of the animals are in the house causing ruckus. We've got 3 cats and 3 dogs living in the house. And I think they're getting to me right now because they are just running around the house. Usually in the summertime and the springtime, we keep the doors open and the animals come and go as they please. But in the wintertime, we keep the door closed because it's freaking wintertime. We got to try and keep ourselves warm in here. And with that, the animals are typically spending more of their time indoors, and I think it's just getting to me right now. But anyways, let's get to the bathrobe. This is one of my favorite traits. I'm actually, if you're watching this from X right now and you notice my PFP is the ugly duck wearing a bathrobe. Literally, the PFP I'm rocking right now is all of my like favorite traits combined. So whoever put that on the floor, big L's to you, big dubs for me, because this is my favorite. So I'm probably never going to sell this one ever again, ever. Once it's in my wallet, it's not going anywhere. Unless we do some type of giveaway to the community to where then I can, be able to reward our ducks to people working in the community. If you don't have a duck, reach out. There's ways to get ducks, and there will be more opportunities to come. Right now, we don't currently have anything working right now. So why does it say temperatures to rise tomorrow? I don't care. Dangerously cold temperatures and whiteout conditions slam northern U.S. Holy cow. Yeah, that northern shit. Y'all keep that up north, because I am not about to get cold, but we're about to be freezing. How do I get rid of this? I don't want this on the screen anymore. Oh, I messed up. All right, cool. Back. Bathrobes. Let's get back to it. Bathrobes are the ultimate status symbol of a duck who has truly made it. They have achieved a level of success where they no longer need to prove anything. These are the wise advisors and philanthropists living the Lux life. Now, I'm not saying I made anything. I haven't. I still have a lot of work to get done. But I am at a level of success to where I no longer have to prove anything. I could give 2 fucks less what I look like. You see my hair, how crazy it is? I think that's just part of me. I never really cared what I looked like anyways. So the bathrobe, those are for the ones that those are high class. Fuck with the bathrobe. I think me PFPing the bathrobe was kind of like an intrinsically way to motivate myself to just keep pushing forward, because I don't consider myself to be in a bathrobe. I don't even own a bathrobe. I would love to own a bathrobe, but I don't. And one day I would love to just put on a bathrobe and just, be free, We got the blue jacket worn by the trendsetters and the innovators. So I just swept up some blue jackets off the floor live in this stream. You watched me sweep up some bathrobe ducks. Or not bathrobe, blue jacket ducks. Yes, because worn by the trendsetters and the innovators, these ducks are always on the cutting edge of what's fresh. And they are the alpha callers and early adopters, guiding the community towards the most promising new ventures. Oh, excuse me, hiccuping. And then we've got the cowboy to wrap up the attire. The cowboy is the embodiment of the decentralized spirit. Shout outs to the cowboys of the world. Cowboys are the free agents and the lone wolves of the sanctuary. They operate outside of the guild structures, known for their wild, high-risk, high-reward strategies. If that sounds like you, consider rocking a cowboy garb, especially if you're not a part of any guilds and you are a free agent of the Web3 sanctuary space. Cowboys should be top of your list, because cowboys, they are reckless and lawless. You know James Dean, right? Yeah, exactly. Headwear, let's get back to it. The wizard hat. Let me sip my tea right quick. The wizard hat, bestowed upon ducks who have mastered the digital arcane. They are the grand architects of the sanctuary's core protocols. You know, if you know, you know. Their knowledge is vast, but they operate in a council, ensuring power remains decentralized. That's why we all move to crypto, right? I'm sure a lot of people come to crypto to like make a quick buck or whatever. Crypto at the core of it is decentralized technology. It's peer-to-peer transactions. If I want to transact to you or you want to transact to me or vice versa, whatever, no middleman. I send it, goes to you. You send it, goes to me. Makes sense, right? The flower. This is my second favorite. There's a reason I got flower and wizard hat as first, because those are the two traits that stand out to me the most. If a symbol of organic growth and community spirit, ducks with this trait are natural cultivators of positive vibes and strong social bonds. They are the gardeners who help new ideas and ducklings grow from the dirt. Makes sense, right? Flower with dirt. Yeah. You want to go see my Air Forces? They're actually in the back. They're in the trunk of my car. I wear those to the sanctuary because those are the Air Forces that I had put the most mileage on. And over the last decade of my life, those have taken me from coast to coast. So at this point, they kind of earn their dirt, you know? And I think they look better being dirty than they are being clean. I do have a pair of Nikes that have never even been worn outside of the house. I might wear them to an event if I go to an event. I might, but I don't know, maybe not. I might just go wear my dirty Air Forces because I know that them dirty Air Forces are going to piss off a lot of sneakerheads. They're nice Air Forces. They're I haven't seen another pair like those sell. I'm sure you could find them, but to me, they're one of ones because I had never seen another pair of Air Forces. And you know, Air Forces, they're worn by anybody and everybody. There's a conspiracy around that. But shout outs to the Air Force wearers. If you got a pair of Air Forces, what's up? Let's move on to the pretty flower. Represents those who focus on the aesthetics and the art of the sanctuary. These ducks are the artists, designers, and storytellers who make the ecosystem not just functional, but beautiful and engaging. So it is a pretty flower, yes. Now let's move on to the beanies. We got 3 different beanies in our collection. We've got the beige, orange, and maroon. They each mean something similar, but a little bit different. The beige beanie is worn by the lore keepers and the historians of the duck world. I guess that should be me. I should have more beige beanies in my collection, in my personal keepings, because you know the historians of the duck world. I will teach duck history all day, every day. They are the chroniclers of the sanctuary's history, ensuring that the stories of past triumphs and trials are never forgotten. Those are the ones that pick up a book and they just start writing. Orange beanie, a sign of a builder or a tinkerer. These ducks are always working on something, whether it's a new community tool, a Discord bot, or a clever mechanism for a game. These are the tireless innovators. If you're a tireless innovator, get excited. The maroon beanie, it's the mark of a quiet intellectual and strategist. These ducks may not be the loudest, but their insights in community governance and investment strategies are highly sought after. These are the thinkers. I know one of those maroon beanies, and if you didn't know the lore behind that trait and you think that's you, you probably know who I'm thinking about. You should definitely go pick one of those up if you don't already have one, because that is literally you to a T. The chef hat. The chef hat is earned, not given. And if you go look at the floor of the chef hat, it is 12 Solana. And that is the only chef hat like on the floor, I believe. So yes, chef hats are definitely earned. They are not given. This hat signifies a master of creation, a duck whose contributions are so consistently excellent that when they speak, everyone listens. They are the verified cooks of the highest order. Don't let that go over your head. Then we got the crown, symbolizes leadership through influence, not authority. Ducks with crowns are natural born leaders who have earned the respect of the flock through their actions and wisdom. They are the kings amongst ducks. Makes sense. Has a crown on its head. And then we're moving into the more casual. So I guess I would resonate with the more casual because I just wear hats. But the forward blue cap. I don't know if I actually have a blue hat. I might. I don't think I do. I do have one. I have one. And I used to wear it over the summertime, and people thought I was a cop because I wore it. And I'm like, does this make me look like a cop? And they're like, yeah, that blue hat makes you look like a cop. And I'm like, well, I ain't a cop. So I don't know. I quit wearing it. I might have to go put it on though. I'll grow out my mustache. If you want me to grow out my mustache, I will. I've rocked a mustache before. It's not my favorite look though, because I've never pulled one off until, like last summer I shaved everything and I kept my mustache for a couple weeks. And I think the mustache blue cap hat combo made people think I was a cop. Shout outs to you if you are a cop. I'm not a cop. I actually do have friends. I have a lot of friends that are cops. Give out shout outs to them though. The forward blue cap, the mark of an optimist and the forward thinker. Forward hat, forward thinking. These ducks are always looking towards the future, promoting positive developments, and are keeping morale high. They are the community champions. And then we got the backwards blue cap. Got the backwards cap on now. What up? Represents the relaxed, casual member who forms the social fabric of the community. These are the approachable, friendly, and always ready for a game night or a casual chat. They keep the sanctuary fun. These are the party animals. Forward green cap. Back to being forward. I have a green cap. I do have a green cap. Damn. I've got like a hat of every color. I've got a hat for every day of the month. As an entrepreneur, you kind of have to get used to wearing different hats. But the forward green cap, worn by the sanctuary's ecologists and resource managers, they're focused on the long-term sustainability of the ecosystem. So these ones don't trace trends. They build things that last. Ensuring that its digital lands ensuring that its digital lands are fertile and its economy is balanced. Regardless of the market, we're going to be here doing duck stuff. Back to wearing a backwards hat. Backwards green cap is a sign of a nature lover. That must be me. Can you tell? Nature lover. A sign of nature lover, even in the digital realm, these ducks are often involved in projects that bridge the gap between Web3 and the real world conservation efforts, reminding everyone of the project's roots. Damn. Should I put on a BRB? I'm going to go put on a green hat. I'm no longer a quackhead. I am wild. Look at my hair. I'm wild. I'm going to go put on a green cap. Green cap, check it out. It's even got a feather in its hat. All of my hats come pre-installed with feathers. These feathers right here, this one right here is from our Mallard Derives Welsh Harlequins. And then this one is from Joey. He is our buff duck. So we've got two big feathers in here. It's my green cap, my one and only green cap. We're going to wear it today, but it is backwards. Backwards. So backwards green cap, a sign. Oh, we already went through that one, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. Purple hats. Let's get to the purple hats. Forward purple hat. Indicates a duck with a knack for analytics and data science. They are the market watchers and on-chain detectives, providing the community with valuable insights and alpha. Shout outs to you if that is you. Backwards hat. The chosen headwear of the community's artist. Oh, I'm getting hair in my eyes. I need a haircut soon. I've got really long hippie hair. And, when I left my position as a director of operations for this marketing industry, I made a pact. That picture that I had posted to the timeline, me sitting in a chair with a microphone, smiling, and I had that nice fade, I made a pact and a promise to myself that I'm not going to cut my hair. And it's been 3 years now since I've cut my hair. Now I've had it like trimmed up in the back a little bit. It's been a couple of months. I got to go get it nicely, put together again. It's just a lot of time to go to the barber, and I got other things to do than go to the barber every day, so I could care less. But anyways, backwards purple cup. The chosen headwear of the community's artists and creative geniuses. They are the visionaries who think outside of the box. So think of a box and then think of being outside of that box. Bringing unique and unexpected art forms to the sanctuary. shout outs to you if you got a purple hat on, because that is your role in the sanctuary, whether you know it or not. And if you don't want that role, then sell your duck. I don't know. Cowboy hat. I think there's only like one cowboy hat on the floor right now. Worn by the seasoned pioneers of the decentralized frontier. I don't actually own a cowboy hat because I think if you're a cowboy and you wear a cowboy hat, you've earned that cowboy hat. And a lot of my friends, they are wild, and they are cowboys. I've got some friends in the rodeo. They fight bulls, and I've got some friends that ride horses, and they deserve to wear a cowboy hat. If I put on a cowboy hat, then I would just be a poser, and I ain't trying to do that. I would do it for a video, but I'm not like a cowboy hat wearer. I do have a different hat though that's in this collection that I used to wear. It is, it's a timeless piece. I don't have it in here. I think it's in my car right now because I was wearing it for a video one day. I put it on because it made me look cool. It made me feel like Indiana Jones. But the cowboy hat one, because we have two cowboy hats. Cowboy hat one is worn by the seasoned pioneers of the decentralized frontier. These are the veterans who have weathered bear markets and hacks. They possess a rugged independence and offer grizzled wisdom to your younger ducks. Maybe I should wear a cowboy hat. Damn, because I can't even tell you if we're in a bear market or a bull market. I don't know. And I've definitely been hacked quite a few times. I have taken some L's in the crypto world. Cowboy hat 2 represents the law keepers and the sheriffs of the community. While cowboys are wild, these ducks uphold the code of the sanctuary, moderating disputes and protecting the flock from internal conflicts. Yes, if we got some beef, we are gonna fucking hammer it out. We're not gonna go on the internet and spread petty drama. We're gonna hop on a private call and we're gonna talk about it if we got some beef. So, shout outs to you if you do that. The bucket hat. The mark of an eccentric but brilliant mind, bucket heads approach problems from a completely unconventional angle. Their methods may seem strange, but they often lead to the most groundbreaking innovations. Fancy top hat. You can't even get your hands on a fancy top hat, so shout outs to you. This is worn by the sanctuary's financiers and venture capitalists. These ducks have a keen eye for promising projects within the ecosystem and often provide the seed funding that allows new ideas to flourish. It's not a coincidence that you can't buy a fancy duck hat. We've got the brown top hat, which I have the brown top hat IRL. I used to wear them all the time when I was in high school. I was that kid wearing fucking fedoras to school, but I didn't just wear them to I wore them because I know how to do the hat tricks. When you have a hat, if you hold it and then you flip it up on your head like that, it's fucking cool. Shout outs to you if you know that reference. This is the hat of a journalist or a town crier. These ducks are the communicators running the sanctuary's newsletter, social media, or podcasts. Makes sense that I had one of those hats. I have one IRL. Because I don't write newsletters. I am not a writer. You will not catch me writing an article anytime soon because I am not a writer. I can barely even read. But I do run social media. I run quite a few social media pages and a podcast. Now, I don't necessarily run a podcast, although this could turn into a podcast if we get more people on stage. But, gray bowler hat represents the organizers and project managers. These ducks bring order to the creative chaos of the sanctuary. They are the masters of logistics, ensuring that community projects are completed on time and on budget. I don't think you can get a gray bowler hat. Those are all off of the floor as well, so that would make sense. Fancy hat, worn by the patrons of the arts. These Southern Belles ducks are the collectors and curators who support the sanctuary's artists. Their patronage is vital for a thriving creative culture. See, I told you, I'm not a writer. I can barely even read. Move on to the accessories. We've only got 5 accessories. These are the backpacks or, just accessories. We've got the red sword, blue sword, and green sword. Now, if you've noticed, the red sword stands for the rock. The blue sword stands for the scissors, and the green sword stands for paper. Scissors, paper. Oh, I see what you did there. The red sword, a blade of unyielding strength. If you have a buff duck with a red sword, you're doing damage, I'm telling you. Wielders of this sword are the bulwarks of the community. Known for their powerful, decisive actions in strategic games, this sword always crushes scissors. Did you know that? If you get scissors and you have a rock crushes scissors. Makes sense. Blue sword is the scissors, the weapon of precision and cunning. Its bearers are the sharpest minds capable of cutting through complex problems. This sword's agile tactics are designed to outmaneuver paper. So we got paper, we've got scissors, lots of paper. And then we got the green sword, which is the paper. A sword representing strategy and intellect. Wielders are master planners capable of crafting intricate proposals that cover all possibilities. This blade's comprehensive strategy allows envelope. I can't read. Why I can't read? This blade's comprehensive strategy always envelopes rock. Okay, yes. So rock, paper, envelope, rock, paper. And then we've got the two others. We got the wings, a rare gift granting the power of perspective. Ducks with wings can fly above the daily noise, seeing the bigger picture of the market and community sentiment. They are the visionaries and long-term strategists. And then we've got one of my favorites in the collection, Baby Duck. A companion that signifies a nurturing spirit. These ducks are the mentors and teachers of the sanctuary, dedicated to onboarding newcomers, babies, and ensuring the future generation of the flock is strong. We wouldn't grow if my ducks didn't make more ducks every year. Duh. If you put 10 ducks in a pen together and you wait a season, you're going to have 20 ducks. It's simple math. And then let's move on to the eyewear. Eyes of the Sanctuary. Eyes 1, standard. The clear, focused gaze of the everyday contributor. These are the reliable and essential members who form the foundation of the community, participating in governance and daily activities with unwavering commitment. Eyes 2, determined. This is the look of a duck with a mission. These are the project leaders and guild masters, driven by an intense focus to see their objectives through. Their determination is infectious and inspires others to take action. We've got the eyes 3, wise. The gentle, knowing eyes of an elder. These ducks have been in the space for a long time and possess a deep well of wisdom. They are the advisors and moderators offering calm guidance during turbulent times. Wisdom is good. We got eyes 4, the curious. The wide, inquisitive eyes of an explorer and a learner. These ducks are perpetually seeking new knowledge, whether it's a new blockchain, a new art technique, or a new community to collaborate with. They drive innovation. We've got the goggles. Black goggles, worn by the deep divers who explore the depths of the blockchain. They are the on-chain analysts and wallet trackers who can see what others miss in the murky waters of transaction data. Yellow goggles, the mark of a treasure hunter. These ducks have a special ability to see value where others don't. They often find the diamond in the rough. Often finding undervalued assets or emerging trends before they become mainstream. Blue goggles, worn by the community's liquidity providers and market makers. They are comfortable navigating the deep pools of decentralized finance, providing stability to the sanctuary's ecosystem. Black shades, the eyewear of the community's security experts and white hat hackers. They operate in the shadows, finding and patching vulnerabilities to keep the sanctuary safe. They are the silent guardians. Blue shades, worn by the cool-headed traders who remain unfazed by market volatility. They execute their strategies with precision and calm, providing a stable and rational voice during periods of FUD or euphoria. Green shades, the mark of a long-term hodler. Hold on for dear life. These ducks have diamond hands and a vision rooted in the fundamental value of the ecosystem. They are immune to short-term price action and focus on only sustainable growth. Laser eyes, the ultimate sign of a true believer. These are the OGs, the Bitcoin maxes, whose conviction in the future of decentralized technology is an unstoppable force. Their belief can literally move markets. And if you got laser eyes, you know. Laser eyes protect from endless lies, as Michael Saylor would say. MLG shades, which are some of my favorite, worn by the elite gamers. If you've ever participated in a game night with me, you know. And esports representatives of the sanctuary. These ducks possess god-tier reflexes and strategic minds, dominating any competitive game the community participates in. They are truly unfazed. Yeah. If we participate in a game night and you see a duck rolling up with these shades on, you're cooked. Green visor. It's the heads-up display of a project manager. It allows them to see all the moving parts of a community initiative at once, tracking progress and ensuring all contributors are in sync. They mean business. Yellow visor, which shout outs, yellow visor is the OG, literally the duck. When you click on this collection or you click on my other social media profiles that aren't X, it's that OG duck wearing these yellow visors. Worn by the community's quality assurance and testing squad, their visor helps them spot bugs, exploits, or flaws in their new tools or contracts before they go live, ensuring everything is secure, which makes sense. I had to rock this thing to figure things out. Let's go. Blue visor, the tactical display of a guild leader during raids or community competitions. It provides real-time data and communication, allowing for flawless coordination and strategic execution. Purple visor, the augmented reality interface of a world builder or metaverse architect. These ducks design the digital spaces where the community gathers, from virtual clubhouses to sprawling game worlds. Rainbow visor, a rare artifact worn by those who have achieved mastery across multiple disciplines. They are the jack of all trades, able to lead, build, design, and trade with equal skill. They are the unicorns of the sanctuary. They say unicorns don't exist. Well, they do now. So that is all of the traits of our collection. Literally all of our traits. I just went through and gave you a deep dive into the lore behind those traits. So did you know your duck held that lore? Do you know where to find that lore? Does that lore maybe sway your decision to sell off some of the ducks that you have, or to purchase some ducks that you maybe didn't have? The lore here, the way I look at it, try and find a duck that literally speaks to you. Get that duck. Hold on to that duck. Cherish that duck. And if it's a duck that maybe doesn't speak to you, flip that duck. Make some money. Come on now. Should I dive into the legends of the sanctuary? We have a couple of legends in the sanctuary, and I know that term is thrown around all of crypto Twitter. Everybody on stage is a legend these days. I don't know. But let's look at the legends. The final chapter, the legends of the sanctuary. These are some of the ducks whose stories transcend the blockchain. They are not merely members of the flock. They are its pillars. Its myths, its unwritten rules, they are the one-of-ones, the true legends. Now, if you didn't know, now you know. To make a table stand, it needs to have 4 legs. Well, technically 3, and this will make sense. But to make a table stand, there's 4 legs on this table, and that's what allows all of this mess to work in synchronicity, right? So I thought it would be only fitting to have 4 one-of-ones. But as I had said, the OG duck, it's not even on the blockchain. So technically we only have 3 one-of-ones. Well, I'm sure you had seen a tripod has 3 legs. And a tripod is what built the social media page. I didn't hire a cameraman. Now I had people volunteer. I do have a couple of camera people on standby, but I don't need them all the time. What they're doing is what they're doing. To me, all I need is a tripod and a phone, and we're cooking. So to keep it lore accurate, yes, a table requires 4 legs to stand. 4 legs, boom, 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 boom. The tripod only requires 3. Boom, boom, boom. Because the OG duck is the primordial icon. The OG duck is the genesis of the entire sanctuary, a symbol so foundational that it cannot be contained on chain. It exists purely in the spirit of the community, a constant reminder of where it all began, and a promise of the decentralized future to come. It is owned by all and by none. It is the OG duck. I just got chills thinking about that one. If you want to make some artwork and you're like, damn, that's a cool duck, feel free. Use that duck to your liking. I could care less. That duck is going to persist on, even throughout the blockchain. Let's look at our first one-of-one duck, the Mandarin. The Gilded Guardian. The Mandarin is a duck of pure, untouchable value, a masterpiece held in the community treasury as a symbol of collective wealth and stability. It is not an asset to be traded, but a sacred reserve that backs the entire sanctuary's economy. Its presence inspires confidence and ensures long-term prosperity. Now, if you don't know, and now you know, the Mandarin duck is a real duck. Go look it up. Mandarin ducks, in my opinion, are the most beautiful duck in the entire duck ecosystem and lineage of ducks. They persist as the most beautiful. So it's only fitting that we have a Mandarin duck one-on-one. I'm not foreshadowing anything. We got the bull duck. Shout outs to you. You know who you are. The bull duck was given away in a community event. And I think it was most fitting that this person got the bull duck because this person, this account, they have been bullish on the ducks since day one, even through the FUD, through the crypto markets, through the noise. And they played such a pivotal role in what we are doing here that when we gave this duck away, it was by chance. I literally put names on a wheel and hit spin, and it was live on stream. Before I had all of this, I just literally hopped in a space, pulled up my phone, and went live and fucking did the giveaway. So it's verified. It's out there. This was purely by chance, and purely by chance, this person got this duck. Bananas. I know, it's almost like it was made to be. But let's talk about it. The bull duck, if you can't tell, is a dope-ass duck wearing a costume. Oh, and this bull duck, this bull duck here is actually a plushie. Yes, you heard me right. This bull duck here made its way into the Phygital space. This is a one-of-one plushie. It is a one-of-one on-chain. So this duck, it's only fitting that this duck goes to the person that owns that duck. Now, that person hasn't asked for this duck, and I've showcased this duck multiple times. So we're just going to keep holding on to it because where is it going to go other than here on the shelf? So that way, every time we boot up a live stream, you can see the ducks. Now, yeah, I don't have a cow duck and I don't have a strawberry duck. Those were gifts. Those you can go find elsewhere. Those were gifts. And I thought they were fitting because I collect duck stuff. If you can't tell, I got duck stuff everywhere. Even my coffee tea cup. This is actually my teacup. My coffee cup is a metal one because the metal cools my coffee down so I can drink it quicker in the day, and it has a wider surface area, so inherently it's just going to cool my coffee down quicker when I drink out of it. If you didn't know science, now you know science. But this duck is my tea duck, my teacup duck. I know we're talking about one-on-ones, and I don't even think, did I read it? I didn't even read the bull duck. I'm just on a tangent at this point. But yeah, I collect duck stuff. It's what I do. I've even got a duck topper on my pencil. I've taken so many notes with this pencil, and it is topped with a duck. You know, I got duck stuff. I mean, it only goes hand in hand. You know, everybody at this point that knows me knows that I just duck stuff. Yes. So literally, I don't even try to collect half of this duck stuff. It just shows up in my life. But anyways, the bull duck, the unwavering believer. The bull duck is the embodiment of conviction, designed to be held by the most bullish and influential investor in the ecosystem. Shout outs to you. The duck is a barometer of community sentiment. Its holder is a leader whose diamond hands and steadfast belief can rally the entire flock, turning fear into fortune and doubt into destiny. You can't make this shit up. I made this Ducklopedia literally right after the collection dropped. I came out with a Ducklopedia. So I went through the collection. I looked at every single trait. I came up with a story for every single trait. And with a little bit of help, we had help writing this stuff because I'm not a very good writer, as you could tell. But every idea behind these duck traits we had come up with, and then I had, a writer. So we got the bull duck. Shout outs to you. You literally can't make this shit up. I made this Ducklopedia and then did the giveaway for the bull duck, and that person won it. And I'm like, dude, you are literally the fucking bull duck. So shout outs to you if you got that bull duck. You know who you are. The hunter is the apex collector. The hunter cannot be tamed or owned in a conventional sense. It is a force of nature. This duck roams the open markets as the ultimate treasure hunter, a relentless engine that sweeps the floor of other collections, absorbing value assets into the sanctuary's ecosystem. It is the community's alpha predator. And there you have it, the Ducklopedia. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's duck talk. I'm actually getting tired of reading. I've been reading for like an hour straight now. How long has this live been going? An hour and 35 minutes. Guys, for free, you just got me for an hour and 35 minutes to explain the entirety of what the duck is going on. So shout outs to you. We're going to revert back to the website really quick so that way I can show you guys, just a little bit about the website, give you guys a little breakdown if you missed the last live stream that we had done. I went into, not the last, I go live every day, so it probably wasn't the last, and it's definitely not going to be the last because we have a million more live streams to make. But to give you guys just a little breakdown of our website, who we are, who's the dude behind the PFP, you can find this website. It's been on the bottom of the page this entire time, so you guys can do your own research if you want, but just duck it. We are a Southern Sanctuary live streaming daily, which if you haven't caught the hint, we've been live streaming daily. You can donate to the sanctuary. We do crypto, non-crypto. This down here, see how this has a little microphone at the bottom? If you click on that, it's not gonna screen share, but if you click on that, it directs you back to my X page, which, whenever you click on my PFP on X, it does the little, if it's live. So if you click on that, it literally brings you to my live stream. A sanctuary reimagined. We already went over this. Grab your duck, Ducklopedia. Did you lay an egg? It just brings you back to the top. Just duck it. We have eggs cooking in the background. They are soon to be here. I need to update my website again, which is fine. I'm gonna have to go through once we launch once the eggs launch. We're gonna update this so that way it's easy to find on our website. But we've got the eggs. This was our first iteration of the eggs. This is a collaboration with the Salon Strays. I duck with them because 20% of their royalties go back to animal shelters, specifically non-kill animal shelters. And to me, that just stands out to me a bunch. I don't want to be a hater or not. What do I say? I'm losing words at this point. I don't want to be a copycat, but I did take a lot of inspiration from their collection because I like the artwork. And if you can't tell, everything's digital. I wish I could scroll over. It says swipe to view. On your phone, you can swipe to view. I can't do it with this mouse. I would have to do it with the Magic Mouse because you can swipe on the Magic Mouse, but the Magic Mouse is not connected to this, and I don't even know if I can connect a Magic Mouse to something that's not magical. So, anyways, you're gonna have to look at the rest of the eggs on your own. The future of community. We are building a decentralized sanctuary where your support directly fuels our mission and growth. Sanctuary Kickstarter. Think of Decent Ducks Collection V1, V2 as the Kickstarter for our sanctuary's future. Unlike traditional crowdfunding, these digital collectibles directly fund our operations, allowing us to rescue more birds and expand our reach immediately. Which, getting on X, getting into crypto, immediately we doubled our viewership overnight. So shout outs to you guys. And it's a stake in our growth. By holding a Decent Duck, you have true digital ownership and a real stake in our growth. It's more than just a collectible. It is your key to the community. And as I just explained, all of the lore behind every single duck in the collection, it is more than just a collectible. It's a key to the community and a way to share in the success as we evolve into a world-class sanctuary. You heard me right, world-class. Duckonomics, it's short, it's simple, it's sweet to the point. Stay updated with the latest crypto prices and community updates. I literally just have live prices running 24/7. So if you don't go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or whatever, If you don't go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and you come to our website, you stumble across Duckonomics. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin sitting at 89,453. It's down 3%, almost 4% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum just under $3,000. Wow, it was just trading at like 3,400 last week. So Ethereum definitely took a hit, almost down 7% in the last 24 hours. BNB 894. It's down 3% in the last 24 hours. XRP under $2 still. So XRP, if you don't know, supposedly Walmart is going to be accepting XRP payments in the near future. I went to my local Walmart and tried to pay with XRP, and the cashier looked at me. I was crazy. They're like, "What's XRP?" I'm like, "We're still early." So if you haven't gotten in on your XRP, get in on your XRP, because I think a lot of transactions in the retail world are going to be taking place on that blockchain. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this. Do your own research. Solana, tried and true. If you can't tell at the top, 888 decentralized ducks powered by Solana. Solana is literally our foundation. If you don't know, I've got this right here. It says Sol. This is our plant. We're going to pan you over to this. Let me pop up the live stream so I can see what you see. This plant behind all of my stuff, this plant right here is our Solana plant. It sits right next to me. I look at it every single day, and it is my reminder that Solana, as long as it's watered, is going to keep growing. Now, I'm not an institution, so I mean, anything could happen. But if anything doesn't happen and Solana keeps on getting watered and growing, then, Solana is going to be the future of, everything, I think. I could be wrong. Again, don't quote me. Do your own research. And then right here, Decent Duck and Analytics, track the floor price, volume, and holders distribution in real time. If anybody's watching, would be able to help me code up a live chart. When you go to Magic Eden and you look at the chart and it follows the ups and downs, I would like to put that chart right here on the website so you don't have to go back to Magic Eden. But this link right here brings you back to the Magic Eden marketplace with the chart popped open. So that way you can view the chart. Right here, Jasmine, our inspiration behind the Ugly Duck PFP. Love you, Jasmine. She's the lucky duck who started all. None of this would ever have been a thing if it wasn't for Jasmine. So make sure you pay your respects to Jasmine. Meet the flock. Some of the lives we saved together. Again, I can't really scroll over. I've got like 35 pictures on here of just all of the birds that we've homed and rehomed over the years. Feed the flock. Your donations directly support our sanctuary, covering feed, shelter, maintenance, and medical care. If you want a shout out, join our Discord with the hyperlink. Open a ticket with your donation screenshot, and you can specify which duck gets the extra treats. Also, I did add in the PayPal section here because we do take crypto. Most people in crypto, they know just to reach straight out to me. Or if you don't feel like sending me a DM, just go to the Discord, open a ticket up. I do look at every single one of those tickets. And right now I have I have quite a few tickets that are made, and I keep those as a reminder to reach out to those specific accounts, not as a donation, but as a reward. The tickets that we have opened in our Discord right now are all reward wallets. So those are people that are going to be getting blessed here come Q2. Our support via Cash Cards. We do accept Cash App, PayPal. Adopt a Duck is something that we've been wanting to do for quite some time now. You can virtually adopt a duck, a sanctuary bird to name, care for, and receive exclusive updates on their daily life via our social channels. This is something that I had actually done last year, not 2025, 2024. I got to stop saying last year, 2 years ago now. When we were live all the time on TikTok, we did, when we unlocked monetization through TikTok and we had our subscribers unlocked, we had some subscribers for our TikTok page that paid monthly, and they literally adopted a duck. They got to name the ducks. So all of the ducks out there, if you hear me say a name, I didn't name that duck. Somebody from the community named that duck, and their contributions go towards our feed. So if you'd like to adopt a duck, we do have a lot more growth that is going to be taking place this year. Again, with the live stream, I mean, this is something new that we had just started in January with the professional live stream setup. I'm going to be getting another outdoor camera. Yes, an outdoor camera that is weatherproof, and is going to be focused on the Sanctuary outdoors. As we keep building the Sanctuary outdoors, we're doing Sanctuary V2, not just collectible, but literally Sanctuary V2. This is going to be our second Sanctuary location. So the Adopt a Duck is going to be something that I didn't even do through Web3. This was purely Web2 based. And it is slowly making its way into Web3 because that is just people love it. So our digital ecosystem, arcade and games, these are all games. I didn't code all of them, but this is a game here, Duck Joyride. We played it the other night. It's a fun little take on, a classic game, but it's duck themed. You can play as a handful of ducks from our collection, or I made this game before I ever had a duck collection. This was a game that I had made. So there are some skins in this game with a few unlockable skins in the game. None of it's paid through. This is all free. I don't believe in paywalls with this. But the game is free. You can play it. As we keep growing, the games are going to keep evolving. I can only do so much. I'm not a professional coder developer. I learned enough to do some things, right? But we got Duck Joyride, we got Ground Rager. Shout out to Monkey Biz. I know Monkey Biz is going through some stuff, but shout outs to them because they made this game for me completely free of charge. They didn't even ask. They literally just made the game and sent it to me and said, here's the game, put it to your website. And I said, oh, thank you. I played this game. It is fun. Decent Ducks Chess. I made this one. I love chess. I've always been a big chess player. My grandpa taught me how to play chess when I was younger, and that was one of our pastimes, was just playing chess together. So I made a chess game, and it's all duck assets, you could tell. We've got Dean Duck's Quest. This is probably going to be expanded on. It is very short, very, very short. Like literally, you can beat this game in like 2 seconds. I wanted to make. I'm a big Fallout series guy. I really love the Fallout series. I played all of the games, and I really wanted to do like a throwback to when the internet first got started, to where those point and click adventure games. So I wanted to make something similar in a duck theme. Ducks versus Critters. This game is still under development. I literally released like the alpha version or whatever it's called. I'm not a game developer. But this is a fun game. I got addicted to this game back in the day. The OG game, shouts to them. I took a lot of inspiration from another game with this one. And then we got our social hubs, Ducks on X. If you're watching on X, thank you. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. The only one we're not live on right now is TikTok. I haven't figured out how to go live on TikTok through this setup yet. It's coming shortly, don't worry. As we expand our Sanctuary V2 IRL, we're going to be doing a lot more live streams on TikTok. We're probably going to be going 24/7, to be honest. Shop the collection, support the Sanctuary if you don't want to donate, if you want something cool to take home. We've got we got this shirt right here. I bought all of this stuff. I've got the socks. I've got the shirt. I got my hat. I don't know if that hat's actually on the website, my Quackhead hat. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I made it because it's simple. It's to the point. And let's be real, most people in the world think I'm a quack. So it's fitting that I just put a quack on my head so that way I fit the mold, because I am whatever you say I am. But if you want more of a traditional and you don't want to be known as a quackhead, we do have our decentralized. Let me go find that shirt. I'll actually show you guys that shirt really quick. Give me a second. If you guys would like to support and you want some merch, I did make 2 versions of this shirt. I can't scroll again because I don't have the Magic Mouse hooked up to this, so I can't scroll to show you the green version. There is a color. There's 2 versions of the shirt. I'm going to probably go through and reprice it because I want to try and keep prices as low as possible in terms of like the distribution and everything. So that way, like I'm not really taking profit from it. It's just a way for you guys to support. But any of the profit, any of the merch that is purchased, it is wrinkly. Sorry, I haven't ironed it. But this shirt, it's got our OG duck on it. So the cool thing that I did with this OG duck here, because it isn't on the blockchain, it's not an NFT. I whited out the eyes. So any color T-shirt that you buy is going to have that color of glasses. So you could basically have this duck rocking any color of shades or visors, as they call it, that you would like. So this shirt here, this is the higher quality one. I made 2 of them. One has higher quality. The other one's a little bit lesser quality. So that way we can, provide the exact same thing, but just at a little bit cheaper of a cost. And then on the back of it, this is the logo on the hat as well. It's just a duck wearing shades, headphones. It's got the globe, like the network globe behind it. And then it says right here, decentralized sanctuary, because we are a sanctuary that is funded, decentralized, also centralized, because I've worked before getting into crypto to fund our operations. I went and pulled money from other places and went out and just sweat equity. So we are technically somewhat centralized, but we're more decentralized than we are centralized, to be honest. Sanctuary vibes. I got a test of Suno, made some music, thought it was cool, so I just left it up there. It's free. I don't collect any royalties or anything on these songs because I didn't make them. Suno made them. And then I never made another song through Suno again because I don't want to devalue artists in the community that may actually make music. So this will be here. If anybody wants to make some music for the Sanctuary, I'll put it up on here. It does not collect royalties on here. I don't have a Spotify account. I don't have anything like that or nothing. So I'm not trying to monetize that at all. It's just something cool that I played with one night. Join the flock. Here you can get into our Discord. Our partners, again, shout outs to Quack, shout outs to Solana Strays, the Soul Gods, Monkey Biz, and Exclusivo. Right here, you see we've got jars of duck shit with that duck on top of it. Both items here are for sale. This is only for sale through our TikTok shop, so you can't buy this anywhere else other than our TikTok page. And then our Decent Duck premium shit right here. We had made 12 of these jars and we sold out within 24 hours. It was like $10 a jar. So duck shit, you could buy some duck shit if you want. Why would you want duck shit? Well, I mean, look at these plants. All these plants are exclusively watered with duck shit. But also, if you're not like a green thumb planter type of person, buy a jar of duck shit and send it to like your favorite KOL as a funny gag gift. Gary V, I'm thinking about you, bro. This is some community artwork. Shout outs to Kevin with Soul on Chain. They made this 3D print and they gave it away to their community for helping support the Duck Sanctuary. So shout outs to you. Get in touch. Best way to reach us is just to join our Discord and submit a ticket. If I don't see the ticket right away, I've got like 4, 5, 6 moderators and admins in the Discord, so they make sure to see it. And if I don't see it, they'll reach out and be like, "Yo, ticket, get your poop in a group." And I say, "You're right. My poop is not in a group. I'm going to put my poop in a group, and we're going to reach out to these tickets." So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you'd like to get in touch to do whatever, just reach out in the Discord. But other than that, that is, I guess, me shilling the ducks. Not really shilling. I'm just explaining to you what the duck is going on here. We are just duck it. I'm sure you can figure out why I came up with that name, because ducks and it because duck it. So anyways, enough is enough. We're done with the shilling. And I need to take a break. I'm tired. Holy cow. Just from going live, we have had 1, 2. Oh, I bought 2. We'd had 2 sales go through just from going live. So shout outs to you if you went through and bought a duck. I see we had some ducks get sold. So shout outs to you. As our wallet collects more and more royalties, we're just going to keep going through and buying more ducks. So inherently raising the assets of, no, I don't want to do this. Local video. Oh my Lord, what am I doing? I forgot to change my keyboard. I always do that. I don't know why. Scout added you to their list. Friend projects and firms. Shout outs to Scout. Thank you for adding me to a list. Metakitten, shout out to you. Zeke, shout out to you. Tree, shout out to you. Ironland.eth and Pawn, shout out to you guys for all getting involved and interacting with our stuff going on. So we have 22 viewers. Let's go. 22 of you got to learn all about the duck lore. So huge shout out to you guys for joining our live stream today and saying what's up. Huge shout out to Humble. And I guess since we had a couple of ducks swept off the floor, we can potentially change the price of the ducks. So let's go refresh the page, see what the current price is sitting at, and we can update it a little bit. QR codes. Boom. 0.128 is now the floor price. Whoops. Again, I gotta do this. It's just me just being lazy, wanting to type on this keyboard, not my laptop keyboard, but whatever. As you can see, I'm comparing the price to one Solana because I believe, and I'm not even like, I believe the Ducks are going to teleport to one Solana. I just believe that. I know that. There's just so many great members of the community that are equally invested in what we got going on, not just Web3, not just as a project. Because honestly, at the end of the day, the project could fall apart and like we're still going to feed ducks and I'm still going to make videos for Web2. So but there's a lot of people that believe. So I believe wholeheartedly that the duck collection is going to be sitting at one soul very soon. And you're thinking that's a 10x. How could that happen? I mean, guys, it's not that much Solana to just go raise the floor price to one soul. So I'm giving time for that to be a thing. But anyways, I'm freaking tired. It is. I've had a long day. The sun is going down. I slept sparsely last night, so we're going to wrap it up here. Again, thank you guys for popping in. Thank you for showing some love and support for, we've got some chats. Let's go. This is a great show. Let's put Humble up here on the big screen. Humble said, let's go. This is a great show. Gather your ducks while you can. Shout outs to you, Humble. Thank you for popping in and showing our streams of support. Again, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, thank you for popping in here. Our Twitch is brand new, so we don't get like a whole lot of pull on our YouTube. I haven't uploaded into in like over a year. So these live streams are like literally giving my YouTube like, space again, because I have not been uploading to YouTube in a long time. We're going to get back into doing, more professional shit. And I say shit, buy some duck shit. We're going to get into some more professional stuff. I grow, we all grow together. So anyways, I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day. We've been going live for just about 2 hours now. I'm going to call it a wrap. Go get some food in me because I haven't eaten yet today. I've only been caffeinated and nicotined up. This is not a shill, so don't do stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you all have a blessed day and we will catch you guys in our live stream later. We've got a couple of spaces to pop into and we're going to keep it consistent because the more consistent they are in their spaces, the more consistent I'm going to be in live streams. So again, if you'd like to pop up in this live stream and showcase your project, or if you like a deep dive analysis into what we got going on, always feel free, join the Discord. You can pop up on stage at any time. And I'm not going to say no unless you're, saying some crazy stuff, and I might say no. But most of the time, I don't think we're going to be attracting people saying too much crazy stuff. So anyways, before I talk my ear off and your ear off as well, go touch some grass, go eat some food, go drink some tea, and go pet a duck.